Hi everyone, my name is Lui Montes and I'm officially inviting you to this edition of Poetry International Festival in June 2023. I feel you're going to particularly love this edition with the theme of, wait, there's a poem for that. Because I believe that poetry shouldn't be this elevated form that is completely inaccessible. It belongs to all of us, it's from the people, by the people, and I'm sure you're going to find a way to connect with poetry with this edition. Who am I? What an existential question. My name is Bracamontes and my stage name is Lui Montes. I am a queer Mexican spoken word artist based in the beautiful city of Rotterdam. I've lived in 6 different countries, 8 cities, 3 continents, and what drives me is an avid curiosity to understand human condition, understand myself and others, and I aim to channel that through my art, through my poetry. Poetry to me has been a journey. My relationship with art and culture started since my teenage years. Theater was actually my gateway drug into poetry. I don't think I would be who I am nowadays without my queerness and without theater. And I actually started writing for theater. I started writing and directing monologues. I had a production company for performing arts back in Mexico. And through this process, I got acquainted with the wonderful world of literature and poetry to channel specific ideas, specific feelings, experiences that perhaps other forms of literature couldn't access. To me, that connection came specifically with the format of the calaveritas, which is a tradition from Dia de los Muertos in Mexico, the Day of the Dead, where you write small, short sonnet sort of poem about death as a mythical figure and you dedicate it to somebody. And I started doing that for contests in high school and university, tapping into that part of my culture and connecting it with this experience and expression of feelings. Really did it for me, and that started a wonderful journey since then. So for me, coming from Mexico, one of the first things that I noticed with the cultural scene in the Netherlands is the abundance of opportunities and resources that exist. There's an overall spirit of, yes, this can happen, yes, we can do it, yes, there is funding, yes, we want to collaborate, doors are open. I know that there access to subsidies and how the government chooses to invest in its cultural scene has changed over the years. I feel the Netherlands is a melting pot of cultures nowadays, and there is policy to proactively promote it. So me being an artist, a poet here, and having the opportunity to collaborate with so many artists with different backgrounds, with different points of view, I feel incredibly grateful to do that and very honored to be part of this scene. The project that I feel the most proud of to be part of is Unwanted Words, which is the first platform for up-and-coming queer poets and spoken word artists in the Netherlands. I feel tapping into this intersection between the queer experience and poetry as a form of expression and connection and community building has been something that has also impacted my voice as an artist. In 2021, we published the first Queer and Feminist Poetry Anthology, compiling the works of 50 different poets residing in the Netherlands, both in English and in Dutch. The only requirement was to reside in the Netherlands at that time, because we wanted to have a snapshot of the abundance of talent that exists in our community from very different backgrounds. Dutch people, immigrants, refugees, bicultural kids, writing from an intersectional perspective, trying to address the different layers of identity and oppression through queerness and through feminism. And I'm so incredibly proud of that publication and mostly the opportunities and the doors that it opens for a lot of people who were not previously published. I feel the biggest takeaway for me working specifically in the niche of queer poetry has been that it doesn't really matter the quality of your poetry if you're a beginner or a seasoned performer or writer. At least in our world, in our circles, what we in Unwanted Words believe in is that your voice deserves to be heard, because you never know who is on the other side listening or reading that can connect with your specific experience. Sometimes it's the amateur with a very raw and honest story that can make the difference for at least one person, and just because of that, your voice as a writer, as a creator, deserves to be heard. It's the longest running poetry festival in the Netherlands, and it aims to connect creators and poets from all over the world to have an exchange of ideas, to make a celebration of poetry. And I'm particularly excited about the edition this year because the new director, Diana, is bringing new blood and new energy into the festival. I think I'm biased for the first one, but we are going to have an open mic organized by Unwanted Words, and our effort is to try to create a safer space for queer artists and performers, regardless if they are amateur or experienced, to share their talent. It's going to be a format with silent disco headphones, which is going to be very nice and intimate. But aside from that, I'm particularly excited about the sign language program. I feel it's a really nice initiative to include that into the mix, into the program. And I also really love the fact that the festival makes room for people with different abilities, in this case the deaf community. So that's definitely a must-see.